At what age did you have your first kiss?
Do you have a current crush on someone?
Hi everybody, it's me, Tim. And this video is going to be pretty interesting. I'm joined by family and friends, and we're going to do the random questions challenge. So all of us kind of like put questions off the top of our heads in a bowl, and we're going to take turns answering from them. So I'm going to go first. This ought to be interesting. What is your favorite dessert? I think probably ice cream. I like chocolate ice cream.
Fine. Would you rather live in the city, mountains, or beach? I'd definitely live in the mountains, because in the mountains you could probably find a city, and where there's mountains, at some point you might reach a beach. So, you know, you might run into everything if you just live in the mountains.
Would you rather only drink water or any drinks you want with a little bit of pee in it? I'd rather only drink water, you know, I don't want some random pee in my drink.
But what if it was like kind of clear?
No.
No?
If it had pee and I knew it had pee in it, I wouldn't drink it.
What is an elephant's most amazing trait? I think it's the way they like keep their families together and like gather around the dead ones and protect the babies and stuff.
Elephants are smart.
I think their sense of family.
The jabby squeaking.
Oh, we got a level 3 question.
Oh.
And then
You might be your age, but wait, what age do you feel like you're living in, and why?
oh,
That's deep.
good. That's deep. Yeah, that's a good one. Huh.
I'm 20 years old. I would say I'm like 22. Because I'm...
When you rant, you're more like 40. When you're yelling at everybody.
Yeah.
That's not my question.
Because I'm 20, I feel like I'm 22, so basically the same thing. Because I'm on a mission, and I'm just going. But I'm also very, like, naive. I'm a naive person with, like, somewhat structured perseverance, if that makes any sense.
Oh, it's one of my own. At what age did you have your first kiss? I actually never had my first kiss.
What is the best way to flatten a coin? What if you...
Or a bulldozer.
A car maybe, but the train is metal on metal and it squashes it flat.
That's
A car has a little bit of give and ridges, and the road has ridges, so it usually survives it. But
Yeah.
the train just...
Okay. What's the worst lie you've ever told a parent?
Yeah.
My sister wanted to leave the house to go to her boyfriend's house to like live there. And this is like the last time she ever wanted to stay in the house. My sister pulls my hand to bring me outside of the apartment, and then she's like, "Oh, come with us, come with me. I'm going out." And then I told my mom, "Hey, we're going out to get some snacks."
Oh, nah.
And then my mom was like, "Yeah, right."
Yeah.
she's like, "You're not going nowhere."
This is Jake's handwriting, if I ever saw it.
You want me to read it to you?
Yeah, go ahead.
If you could sign one law, what would it be?
No narcissism allowed at all. You get thrown in jail.
Preach.
Do you ever sneak out of the house without your parents knowing? Yes. All the time when I was like 16, maybe-ish.
Yeah.
I would go on like night adventures with friends.
And we wouldn't even know where we were going.
We've gone to... I'd be at a friend's house, and we would spend the whole night just dicking around, because I had one that we would end up going to the city at like 3 or 4 in the morning. And we were like, oh look, we're in the city. Oh, we took.
Yeah, but then he would post it the next day. Like, did not care that I saw it, and I was like, oh, you went to the city last night? Oh, you had fun?
Yeah.
One of mine again. What's the best school grade that you've ever received? So when I was like in 3rd grade, I used to get 90s on all my spelling tests, but then I kind of failed a lot of them too, but I would get 90s a lot. I think my best grade was 100 on a test in social studies, but I studied for hours and hours and hours to get the 100.
Hundreds are. What's your all-time favorite memory with the person to your left? So, my all-time favorite memory with Timmy, I'm not even sure if Timmy even remembers this because you were very young, but I think it was like when Jake and I were like 15, 14 maybe. It was in the summer, and I can't remember why I was coming over. I think I was just like, I was there to hang out with Jake, and Jake's nephew was there, and I was like, oh, that's cool, you know, we'll hang out. And, you know, next thing you know, we're all outside, we're sitting in the hammock in the backyard, and Timmy whips out his camcorder with all of his horror movies on him.
I remember that.
Yeah, you do?
Yeah, I don't know how, but
We were probably sitting in that hammock watching like the movies for probably like an hour or two, and it was so fun. And then I think afterwards we like went inside and you like made us food or something.
The bowl has no lid.
it's also a big crack in it too.
Oh yeah, we're alright.
Got him.
Alright. Would you rather be bald permanently or be missing both of your thumbs?
Be bald permanently or be missing both of your thumbs?
So weird. No, I need my thumbs. I'd be bald. Yeah, I'd rather be bald.
Oh God, Jake's questions, I recognize his hand. Why do you exist? Why do I exist? Because my mom and dad had intercourse. That's why I exist.
Have you ever stood up for someone? If so, what happens? Yeah, at Starbucks when I order something, I stand up when they call my name.
Would you rather have foot stubs or hand stubs? What is a stub?
Like
a cut?
Like chopped off like stubs, right? Who is that?
Little nubs.
Whose question is it?
like would you rather have like wooden stubs for hands or wooden stubs for feet?
I mean, I guess feet, because I like to do a lot of artwork, and then feet, you just like, what do you do with them? You just walk around. So
Learn how to walk on stubs.
People can walk on
Yeah.
stilts.
What's your opinion on AI? So my opinion on AI, I think that AI was created to make the lives of artists and writers and, you know, like everyday people easier, you know, just to help, like, you know, house chores or even, you know, driving. But when AI starts creeping into the territory of the artists and the writers' jobs, it all of a sudden becomes like the other way around, you know what I mean? Like, AI starts taking over the artists and the writers' jobs, and now the artists and the writers are doing the house stuff,
Yeah.
the chores.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
It's
I
like
think-
social manipulation almost.
Yeah, I think AI, I don't know, it's good to a certain extent, and I think it needs to, like, stop at some point.
AI is absurd. It's
Yeah.
just like, it's just
Yeah,
taking.
you put it
it's-
blankly. I like you put levels on the question.
What's your least favorite pizza topping? Try not to say pineapple. Anchovies are my least favorite topping. You know.
Okay, if you could time travel, what does it say? Can't see.
If you could time travel to any week in time, when and where would you go?
Back down to Tennessee in a second.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Not like back before you were born, any like
like
time travel to any time.
Okay, and okay.
Or it could be from your life too, but
Because I like Little House on the Prairie, so I'd go hang out with the Ingalls for a week, probably.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Where is the safest place to stand with a mule? On the edge of a cliff. A good memory I had this year was discovering Jace's shop in the city. We were done with a social push, and all of a sudden this like raggedy guy in pajamas with bare feet comes out and he's like, "Are you guys on longboards?" And we're like, "Yeah." And he's like, "I got a whole skate shop in my basement," and we all just followed this guy into his basement.
Like 6 of us, he just lures into his basement.
Whatever this one is. Did you ever cheat on a test in school? I'm actually not lying, but I've never cheated on a test before.
You never seen someone.
Do you have a current crush on someone?
Oh my god.
Like Jake's looking at Emma like,
I don't know. I have to think about it. But like, I think he over there, he's kind of cute. He's got like great hair. He's got great nostrils. If you look really close at them, you can see like patterns, like a snowflake.
What? He said what?
If you look really deep into his nostrils, then you can see like patterns, kind of like snowflake. You know. And they also smell really good. They smell like diesel.
You sniff diesel? Oh, what's a good show or movie that you're currently watching? I am currently not watching any shows or movies. I'm currently just living in one. A good show that I did watch for quite a while was Prison Break. Prison Break is like...
it's a great show, yeah.
They got a new season coming up that came out too.
Teabag, I love. What would you do if you saw someone crying? Well, she's a dental assistant, so you probably see that every day, don't you? What would you do?
I would first determine if they're laughing or crying.
Right.
Right. And usually if they're crying, I'd be like, I would say something. I'd be like, "You're right." And I would probably kind of give some little like words of comfort.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah.
Maybe give them a hug. I don't know. It depends on
This scenario.
Yeah.
It also could depend on what they're crying about.
Yeah.
And the level of crying.
Yeah. Because sometimes people cry to like just for attention, but sometimes people are going through some shit, you know.
Interesting that I get this question. What was your previous what
was your previous hairstyle like?
Before I let it grow, it was like short. It was like right here. It was like all one length and just like here.
I remember that.
And not much than the way it is now, except it's just yeah, it wasn't anything fancy. One day I'm gonna shock everybody. I think, and I'm gonna come home and you're just gonna pass out like, oh,
You could be bald.
yeah.
What's one thing that makes you cry?
onions. Oh wait, it's not mine.
No, she's right though. Onions.
Yeah, but crying is an emotion.
Yeah, I wouldn't say. I'm gonna change that to like what's one thing that makes me really sad? Maybe an animal being abused.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that gets me. But that makes me pissed too, though. I get like rah.
Yeah, well, sadness and anger are very similar.
I'll never forget
There's a word for that too.
the best reaction I ever saw to somebody seeing an animal being abused was David and I. We pulled up to the grocery store and these kids were kicking this little baby beagle. It had to have been like 7, 8 weeks old, and and the beagle was aggressive. Like, you know when an 8-week-old puppy's aggressive, that it's being kicked around. And David got out of the car and he said, "Stay in the car." And when David was on a mission, he did what he said. Stayed in the car. He walked up and just like, the Mashburn March, and they were like, "Ah!" And they dropped the leash. No, the kid was standing there. He walked up. He snatched the leash out of the kid's hand, picked up the puppy, and brought him to the car, and we just took him home. He just literally just took the dog away from the kids. And that was Walkabout, remember? Remember that little beagle we had?
Oh, I'm trying to vaguely.
Yeah, we only had him for a short time, but yeah.
Do you have any hobbies? I actually have a plethora of hobbies. I write, I do artwork, I watch movies, I lay in bed and cry when I don't want to go to school. Just things like that.
Is that a hobby, though?
Not really.
Yeah, I guess it could be a hobby.
What's your favorite piece of clothing?
I like Timmy's questions.
Yeah. Let's see, my favorite piece of clothing. Probably my dragon pants that I just made. It was just like a random pair of like gray jeans that I got from like a thrift store, and then we were kind of like messing around with the screen printing with the dragon from Creata, and I just like went ham on it with the red ink, and then I hand painted it some more, and it's like it feels like my coolest piece of clothing because I made it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Keep thinking the ink was still there. You know what I mean? It's like,
What's the latest you've ever stayed up? This one I could tell quickly. I remember being 16, playing Minecraft like every day with Elijah, and it would be like 5-6 days, just like no sleep, just like in a world, making houses.
in Minecraft.
Just like whoever joined that day, like we didn't know what time it was. It was just like over like 15-16 people in 5 days joining in and out of the world. I didn't know what time it was. It was just like 5 days in one day.
What's my favorite video game?
Oh, boom.
I don't play video games, but I knew how to play one phase of the Mission Impossible game where she goes, and I got so good at that version that I would try to get above it, I couldn't. And so I could like lap her, and I would like play games with her. I'd like go up and talk to her, and I knew just how I could just get away from her in time. Like, yeah, so I guess I have to say Mission Impossible, because that and the OG one of tennis, Tim and I, when we come home from school, would go bonk, bonk, bonk for like hours when we got home from school.
What's this worst school grade you've ever received? Other than zeros on homework for not doing it, we'll say like on a test, I've gotten like a 40 before. I don't remember what it was for. It was probably some like English test or some shit. I was the worst at English. I was okay at it. I was just bad at the reading comprehension because I'd be forced to read some article about how like RFID cards work or some shit like that, and I'd have to like annotate it and like analyze it, and I'd be like, what did I just read? And like in one ear out the other. I had to read it like 4 times
Okay.
to understand it.
Since it's your video, it stands to reason it ends with you, Timmy.
That's
Last question.
So cool that it worked out like that. Okay. Question.
Dun dun dun! Let's end that shit.
What's your favorite book? Well, I like reading the Five Nights at Freddy's books because they're all pretty interesting, and the creator Scott Cawthon actually storyboards them. Some people who have like a really big game franchise just say, okay, to an author, do whatever you want. But I like the FNAF books because it's actually the creator of the game style, because he storyboards them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a whole
Alright.
story
Woo!
online. Yeah.
Okay. Woo! A round of applause for the cameraman.
Yeah.
Yeah!
Yeah.
Yeah!
Yeah.
Thank you everybody for watching the video, and there's more on the way. Bye!
Bye.
Bye.
Adios.
Adidas.
Go Vidal.